What's going on YouTube and Diablo 4 fans? It's Lanfear here from Lanfear's Diablo 4. Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be looking at one of the world bosses in Diablo 4, Ashava the Pestilent. We first got to experience the Ashava event in the beta versions of the game, which unfortunately I didn't get the chance to play. I did, however, get to fight against her in the Server Slam, which was a great experience overall. To give you some background, Ashava is a huge poison-based demon with massive blades attached to her arms that she can slice through armor, flesh and bone alike. Additionally, she can spew out and create pools of poison and can be located in the Crucible, which is part of the Fractured Peak region where she spawns. As mentioned in my overview and first impressions video on Diablo 4, world bosses are a new feature and mechanic to Diablo 4. So these world bosses are giant bosses that spawn at specific times in a specific area of the world map. These bosses are extremely powerful and only the best of the best geared and skilled players would have any chance of soloing them, but more often than not, teams of 10 or more players would need to cooperatively take down one of these behemoths. With the challenge comes generous rewards though, and they are definitely worth attempting if you come across them. These encounters are a really cool addition to the game, and I really enjoy the cooperative aspect that they bring to Diablo 4 that maybe some of the other games lacked a bit. This video will show you my encounter with Ashava the Pestilent during the Server Slam, and this was at level 20, whereas in the beta versions you could challenge Ashava once you were level 25, so you had a bit more skill points and maybe some better gear, but for the Server Slam you could only get to level 20 to challenge her, which made it a little bit more difficult. I first tried Ashava on the veteran difficulty, but our team wasn't powerful enough to take her down. So I then dropped the difficulty down to adventurer because there were only a limited amount of opportunities to take her down during the Server Slam, so I really just at least wanted to get that done, so I did it on adventurer tier difficulty. A safe place to attack Ashava from, and when you are fighting Ashava, would be where you would imagine her ass to be, and from here you can normally avoid some of her main attacks, and just to note, she will jump around, in which case you need to try and stick to her ass like a piece of toilet paper and follow her to where she moves. Attacks to watch out for are her circling claw attacks, where she arcs in a circle with her claws, as well as her lunge and her poison breath and pools. Her attacks will also change a bit through her different phases, and these phases are shown by triangles on her health bar that will turn grey once you have reached that next phase. I've seen quite a few other videos where people have managed to actually solo Ashava as well as doing it on hardcore, which I think is quite an amazing feat, and definitely big props to the players that have managed to do that. I died quite a few times when fighting against Ashava, but at that point in time I was a bit more focused on taking in the experience and watching the mechanics than actually playing, and although that may sound like an excuse, I was just super caught up in the whole event, and definitely a big thank you to the rest of the team that helped take her down. I really like this new world boss system that has been introduced into Diablo 4, and I can't wait to see what the other world bosses are going to be like. There's definitely a fun element to learning the fight mechanics against bosses in Diablo 4, and they are definitely a bit more engaging than boss fights in the previous titles. If you play hardcore, you are definitely going to need to concentrate to learn the mechanics as soon as possible during the fight. Anyway, I hope that you have enjoyed this video and that you are just as excited as me to see the new world bosses once Diablo 4 is actually released. Until then, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to the channel, and any shares and likes are always much appreciated. And don't forget to hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any of the new content. Until then, we'll see you soon. Cheers.